just do it. If you're standing around going, I can't do that, just go up and do it. You're not there hitting on the girls, you're just being social. And if the guys come and go, what are you doing? Just go, what do you mean? I'm just talking. You know, isn't everyone out to have fun? Isn't everyone out to meet people and socialise? And put it back on them. Like, if they're getting aggressive, it's like, you know, is there any reason why you're getting aggressive? Or, you know, like you're trying to fight me and sort of stuff like that. That will put them on the back foot. And sort of, you know, disarm them to a certain extent. If you're actually observant, you'll actually notice that girls that want to be picked up will separate from the group to a certain extent, especially later in the night. So there might be one or two girls that are like, they'll chat to their friends and they'll go, okay, it's time to go and find guys now, or it's time to put ourselves in a more warmer situation for guys to approach us. And then they'll go to the bar, or they'll go to the dance floor, or they'll separate from the guys to make it very clear and obvious to other guys that they want to be approached. So also look for those sorts of things, because they do happen a lot. It's just that most guys don't pick up on them. And, you know, the classic example is like the girl in the heels dressed to the nines that goes to the bar by herself. It's pretty much a sure thing. Girls that sort of go and hang around, you know, give you that proximity where they just come and stand over near a bunch of guys waiting for some attention. Those sorts of girls, it does tend to happen like later on as the night goes on, and they're like, oh, I wanted to pick up tonight, it's not really happening, no one's approaching me in my group with girls and guys. It's time for me to put myself out there in a more favourable position, so definitely look for that as well. Next and last question, unless anyone has anything else or wants to add anything pretty quickly. We've been going for about an hour now, probably go for a little bit longer. But, Evan Lee, okay, on Tinder, if a girl doesn't reply after the first message, an assumptive statement about one of their pics, bio, personality usually, how long do you wait until sending another message? What would you send, and in doing so, how do you come off as not needy? Okay, I see a lot of guys that are making an assumption, or as you've written, an assumption or statement about one of their pics, bios, personality, okay? And they get really deep into that, and they're like, oh, you know, in picture 3 you look like this, and your bio says, oh, you must kind of, you know, really like this, or tell me more about how, you know, something relates to some bullshit about one of the pictures or their profiles. And it's really bad because it screams neediness and it screams kind of like creepy stalker dude. Okay, so for starters, you want to be really careful when you do this. I try to avoid saying things that are too deep about their profile. Okay, so the kind of examples that I just gave you, stay well clear of that. Do not do that. But there is also value in saying, oh, you know, you seem like this, or you seem like that, like kind of like one sentence statements that are coming from a place of you as a high value guy that's just observing them and doesn't really care too much. As soon as you go into that, you know, really evaluating and observing their profile, they get a bit weird. It's like, what the fuck is this guy like? You know, is he creepy? Is he weird? Why is he going into my profile and that sort of thing? So I would kind of be very careful on opening with that. And if you are opening with that and not getting a response, then chances are you're doing it wrong, right? So I would perhaps try another approach, or if it is working with certain girls, then try and have a look at that and kind of replicate that, where you're just doing it on a surface level, coming from a cool, happy place. Otherwise, I would look at a different approach. In terms of waiting until how long do you wait until sending another message, anywhere from a day or two up until like a week, like I would say after 2 days, like, you know, oh, have you forgot how to text, or like, come on, you're not really that boring, are you? Or little things like that. If once a conversation's well and truly gone dead after like, let's say 5 days to a week, sometimes around there, I'll always just like re-engage girls. I'll just say like you, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, to like really like kickstart or jump the conversation, which is, you know, just bringing life into a dead lead, really. Like, I can show you 20, 30 examples of how that just works really well. It's like, oh, they've, you know, gotten sidetracked, or they've forgotten, or, you know, girls are getting hit up on Tinder all the time, so it's just like you, and they're like, oh, yes, me, and then they start messaging back, and then you go from there. I would look at some examples in the day game, phone game product, or Sean's Tinder stuff is pretty good as well. see what he's opening with and see what we've done. I can't really think of anything that comes to mind right now. But one thing that I had a lot of success with was basically copying the Tinder quotes and copying, you know, there's some really funny and sort of deep, like, Tinder quotes that are like, I can't think of anyone, but literally just copy the quote there, put it in quotation marks, and then go dash Tinder quote, and then go, wow, deep as fuck. And I found that had like a really good success rate with opening girls. And then, kind of once they're engaged there, then perhaps you can come along and think, like, okay, you seem like you're, you know, a really cute kind of girl. You seem like a really down-to-earth girl. Is this, like, is that true? Like, kind of getting them to buy in a little bit more. Those sorts of things. There's 101 openers on Tinder that you can go into. As I said, yeah, check out Sean Roberts' Tinder series. That's pretty good. He's pretty good at it. Okay, any other questions? Quickly, otherwise we're done. Get through all of them pretty quick, actually. In an hour. We usually go for an hour to 90 minutes. Well, I always do anyway. I'm not sure about some of the other coaches, but I always go for an hour to 90 minutes. I think that's a good, solid, you know, webinar time. Get through all the questions, answer any questions live, all that good stuff. So there wasn't too many tonight, and that's fine. It's a bit of a, as I said, bad time zone, and I didn't really give people too much notice. But I feel like we covered a lot of stuff, so. If that's it, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up right there. I hope you're all getting stuck into it, getting out there, talking to girls, you know, doing all the modules. I know this module's been late, but Alex has been, you know, caught up with a lot of stuff. He'll get that one out really soon. But, you know, go back and revisit all the other modules. Go back and revisit anything that you haven't done. Go back and look at all the infield. It will come out very soon. In the meantime, it's a great time to go and revise everything. Go and revise all the content, go and revise all your progress. The natural thing will be like, oh, I need the next step, I need the next step, I need the next step. A master or a good student will go back and revisit everything and find out, you know, if you go back to do Module 1 and 2 after getting up to Module 9, you're going to see all sorts of different shit. You're going to see all sorts of different things that you can improve upon there. So go back and do that. You know, there's a ton of content in the 4-week Natural World group. We always prioritise all the day game, phone game, students' questions. So any questions that you have, just post them in the group there. And yeah, hope you guys are all making progress. Sometimes it's not about results, sometimes it's about progress. Progress brings results. And, you know, I have no doubt that if everyone just sticks out there, just keeps persevering, that you'll come to a place where you're just having so many results that you look back and go, geez, like, you know, it just took some effort and some perseverance, and now I understand, I get it, I understand how I work, I understand how women work, and happy days from there. Alright guys, I'm off for the night then. Hope you all enjoyed, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.